Now, for the Collective Arts segment this week, we have an amazing artist called Natalie Very B, who's in Toronto and whom we got right here via Zoom. How you doing, Natalie?
The space?
Oh, the space, indeed. It is an amazing space here. Let me show you.
Oh, wow. I thought that was your apartment.
Ha ha.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's not my apartment, but it's my building. This is NOMAD. We're a production studio, and yeah, we do like webcasting here all the time, every day. We're live right now.
That's amazing. Yeah, I did read about it for a bit there.
Well, you know what you can do, a good way to experience it, let's say, is our slow TV. You just leave it on, and it goes on 24/7, and we always try to make the content fit with the present moment. I was watching or listening to it more while on my walk over, and the sun was setting here, and the sun was setting on the stream as well.
Aww.
It was really kind of a moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
so lovely.
Let's talk about you. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Natalie Very B, and I consider myself to be an illustrator, muralist, and educator. That's primarily what I do.
When we create with our hands, we have a chance to turn off the judgment in our heads. When we're in that space, we can just flow without second-guessing ourselves. My name is Natalie Very B, and I'm an illustrator, educator, and muralist.
What's a common thread that you find through everything that you do?
There's a few things, I think. So first one is feminism. I'm really, a big feminist, and I really want to show that through my work as well and the messaging. Second thing is body positivity. So I really want to talk about how all different shapes and sizes of people are all correct and beautiful and amazing. And the third one is the educational part. So I really find that arts and mental health go together. So through my workshops, I really bring that, creativity can heal your soul. I think that's pretty much the whole spectrum of my practice. And I'm going to school for art therapy in September. So there's going to be another bonus to what I'm doing.
What made you start to draw? Was it something you've been doing since forever, or?
No, so actually I never really drew or painted or anything like that. I mostly was, encouraged to become a doctor. Like a good kid that makes lots of money. So I never really drew or never really expressed myself creatively until I went to art school.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'll be an artist. And then
but something must have sent you to art school.
I didn't know what to do with my life. What to do, I had no idea.
So art was what, like the easiest thing?
No, it was like the closest thing to my heart, I find. I don't think it's easy just because especially I had no experience in art. So I had no idea what I was doing. And, but it kind of worked out for me. And it was just that sensation that you're going in the right direction. That's kind of what I felt when I went to art school. And it just started a new thing for me.
So how is creativity and art helping you through these strange times?
You know what? At the beginning, I was kind of feeling down. And for the first 2 weeks of quarantine, I just didn't do anything. I couldn't even make myself draw, which I do all the time and every day. But now that I've had so much time for myself, I'm actually digging out things from my supply stash, and I'm making stuff that I didn't know I could make. So little resin things or clay or just stuff that really makes me feel like I'm a child again, which lets me explore that creativity in a different way than just me creating illustrations. So
is it because you're at home and the shops aren't open, so you need to work with materials that you have handy?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, boy, what can I do? What can I do from the stuff that I already have? And this really makes me utilize the items I already purchased before and kind of make something new out of them.
That's so interesting. I hadn't really realized it, but we've been experiencing the same thing, Yeah. With everything, like with cooking, it's a lot tougher to go to the store. We don't want to do the lineup. So
Such a pain.
yeah, it's a real pain. So we're using what we have we're in a much better way, much more consciously. We're avoiding lineups by ordering from farms, and there's all kinds of programs out there for that. And yeah, and the same thing with creativity. The way it's impacting my life is I'm driving a lot less because I have more time to get places. So I'll walk. So I'm filming a lot more than usual, and because of that, I'm editing a lot more. And as I was saying, we're doing this slow TV. So all this kind of slow living is just being done with whatever time and tools we have at our disposal. And I really hadn't thought of it like that. Yeah.
But even you mentioning the slow TV just really makes me think how we are all slowing down, how we're really taking time for other things that are maybe not as career and money driven. We're just kind of focusing inwards, and that has been really beneficial for me to just like finding new facets of yourself and how you can express it and maybe help other people along the way.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the project you did with Collective Arts. Did you lead that? It was for International Women's Day.
I am not a bitch. I am not weak.
I am not on my period. I am not moody.
I will be a leader.
I will never stop calling you out.
I am not irrational.
I will sit at the table and make decisions.
I will defy convention.
I will get shit done.
I will be unstoppable.
I will speak up for myself and for women who can't. I am independent.
I am tempestuous. I am determined.
I am a quiet confidence. I am self-assured.
I am unapologetic.
I am passionate.
So I was the designer for the beer can itself. However, the beer was made all by women as well. So it was designed, thought of, and created all by women. And I was just a part of it, which was amazing. And I also did a workshop for body positivity during that day for the festival.
Today I had a really wonderful opportunity to host a workshop at the Collective Arts Brewery, and all the women that came to my workshop created self-portraits that were based in self-love and in self-acceptance. When I started putting a lot of artwork out and getting a positive response, it didn't really stimulate me enough. I found that it's a lot more important to make a difference in people's lives. When I started doing these workshops, I started healing myself as well as other people and giving them the tools to start loving themselves and regain that love for their own bodies.
I'm quite the feminist myself. It's my girlfriend gave me a mug that says feminist on it in pink. Yeah. It all comes from like the sun calendar and humanity being the only species on the planet that's following the sun as opposed to the moon, which every other species follows. Even, our own bodies follow the moon in ways that we don't even think about. And women, they're more tuned into that.
Oh, 100%. I have a whole series of products that's just based on, the moon and the moon calendar throughout the year, and how we as females are really attuned to it and how nature is all based on it, right?
Yeah.
So that is definitely a big part of my practice. So thank you for bringing that up. I love the moon. I love everything it does. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, you just saw a bit of my crazy side come out, though.
Oh, I wouldn't call that crazy. I would call that, okay, my thing is, if we are so obnoxious as humans to not take into account that a ginormous celestial body has an impact on us, that's not very smart. So everything in space has an effect on us and on other objects in space. And if it's a planet, how could it not affect the way we feel and act? It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I don't know what day it is anymore.
That's been good, no?
I know. I'm kind of okay. I'm a tiny little bit sad that the pandemic is kind of not. I'm not sad because it's slowing down, but I'm sad because it won't be Sunday every day anymore.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Of course, you don't want people to keep getting sick and dying. And I didn't think you did,
No.
but it doesn't have to go back. You know, I really am have been glad myself since day one. I didn't have this 2-week period. I had a shock, but at the same time, right away, I just thought this is going to bring a lot of good, you know. And it's been so great for the planet, and it's been very good for my health and the way that I'm handling each one of my days. And yeah, it's opening our minds up to something, a lot of good things, and it's giving the planet a well-deserved break. And I feel like we should never go back to the way things were.
I just don't know how we can come up with a way to sustain this, also sustain the economy and make people happy. Like there's just so many things that go into play when it comes to that. But I think what I really enjoyed is that the rat race is not there in a sense, especially like in Toronto and Montreal and New York. You see like all these hundreds, of people on the street, just always rushing somewhere, always getting somewhere. And I really love not having that. I bike everywhere. I walk everywhere now. It's going to take an hour and a half to walk. Even better.
Yeah,
happy to
even
do
better.
it. Somewhere in between to still like be sane and calm and peaceful and not have all these issues and still work and do all the other stuff. So I don't know. I think it's a wake up call for the society.
Yeah, a good one. Very good one.
Yeah.
Right. Nice talking to you, Natalie.
This
Natalie
is
Very
awesome.
B. What a great name. Did your mama give you that name?
No. Thank you so much for chatting.
It's a real pleasure.
Have a lovely day.
And that's what it was. That was great. Natalie Very B from Collective Arts, resident artist,